Hi, welcome to Low Carb Spin. I'm Karen.
And I'm Therese.
Today we're here in the grocery store of all places, the cookie aisle.
Yikes.
And look at what we found.
My favorites, Pinwheels.
Do you remember these? Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately,
They have some very sketchy ingredients. Uh-oh. Bioengineered ingredients?
yikes. We can do better than that.
We're gonna have to try.
Join us in the kitchen. Well, I'm excited to get started on this copycat version of these yummy cookies.
They come together pretty easily, and we're using dark cocoa and regular unsweetened cocoa, and we're gonna make a flourless chocolate cookie base.
I think that's perfect.
Okay.
Exactly what the original tastes like.
Let's start with some eggs. And everything's really just gonna go in the KitchenAid. We'll mix it up really quickly. Some vanilla extract.
Easy.
And let's just froth that up first. Looks good. Okay, so
Frothy.
to that, nice and frothy. To that, we're gonna add some unsweetened cocoa powder.
Always gotta stick. Messy.
And we're gonna use some black cocoa powder because it's really gonna give it that really deep chocolatey flavor.
Yum.
I'm so excited. And to enhance the chocolate, we're gonna add some espresso powder. And some cinnamon.
That makes the chocolate stand out, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And some salt,
Perfect.
which always is good in desserts.
All right.
And then we have some powdered sweetener. So your Canto or whatever monk fruit sweetener you want to use. Just use the powdered kind, not the granulated. And then to protect your surroundings in the kitchen, I would say we're gonna start that on a slow mix.
Sounds like a good tip. I think I've worn a little bit of chocolate powder in my day. A little faster?
And let it get that moist. Let the egg grab some of the cocoa. Maybe let's stop it and scrape down.
Looking chocolatey.
Very chocolatey.
Yeah, the powdery stuff always sticks to the sides.
We want this batter to be really thick because we're going to be rolling out the cookies. As we scrape down the sides and mix it up, we're going to check for the consistency. I left the unsweetened cocoa out, and we'll probably add a few grams in at a time just to see. You don't want to overdo it. It gets too hard to roll. Let's see how that goes.
So the batter's looking still a little bit too moist, so we're gonna add a little more of the cocoa powder and then mix it in. I think I should scrape it down a bit. That's helping though, for sure. Still looks a little sticky, so I think we're going to add another tablespoon. That's looking about just right.
Well, that came together very nice. Okay, let's scrape the batter, and I think we're just gonna plop it on the silicone mat.
Sounds like a good idea.
It's very thick batter. Here, it's very thick batter.
Like a mud pie.
Okay, so here, you scrape what you can out, and we'll use the other little scraper.
Make sure you have a sturdy.
You need a sturdy spatula.
I have some pretty flimsy ones that just don't stand up to this.
Okay, let's see if we can rake this around the bowl and get some more out. I don't want to have chocolate all over me.
That little scraper is very handy.
Yes.
We're getting all the bits.
It smells so chocolatey.
It does.
Oh, my word.
Willy Wonka, the chocolate factory right here.
I think that's all I'm going to get out of here.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to hand it off.
Okay.
I don't think there's going to be a good way to do this. I'm going to get really messy. Maybe I should wear gloves.
You can do gloves.
I can do
or
gloves.
Or spray your hands, whichever you prefer.
Maybe spray my hands.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Getcha?
a lot. That's a lot of spray. That's a lot of goopy. Okay.
You need a little
No, I'm gonna
going
just
with it.
mush the
Okay.
dough. And I'm gonna make it into a rectangle. We have our cookie cutter that we're gonna use. We'll use the round side. Let's see how this goes. And then we'll use the parchment paper on top. So, see, I mean, it's sticky, but
yeah, it's not bad.
it's not bad.
Kind of a Play-Doh-y.
I think it was the spray that you put on my hands. You
magic spray.
You saved the day. Okay, I'm gonna go in like this.
Oh, okay.
So, let's see if it's gonna. I think it will release, and then we're just gonna try to make these. I want like 1/4 of an inch thick, something like that.
That'll be the perfect width.
Does that look about even?
I think that's great.
Stick a little bit to that. Maybe I should have greased that
Yeah.
too.
Do you want to oil that?
Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna take away the excess if I can while it's still loose, because if we want to re-roll to make another cookie.
Don't want to waste.
No, not this chocolate. Goodness, I want to. Former Cookie Monster here, that's for sure. These cookies, because they're flourless, are not going to spread.
No.
Trying to get as close as I can to that edge, but I'm not. We're going to have to do some re-rolling. A little bit of re-rolling here.
That's okay. So we're going for 12?
I think so.
I think you can squeak 2 more out of there if you roll it together.
Oh, yeah, I think we'll be able to. We'll just take this away, because I think they're going to be too sticky to remove from the sheet. So
you want to keep that nice round flat bottom. So we're just going to slide our silicone mat onto our cookie sheet, and they're ready for the oven at 350 for 10 minutes.
those are smelling yummy.
They sure do.
While the cookies are still warm, you can take the cutter and put it over them and just kind of fix it up a little bit.
Yeah, just to freshen up the edges a little.
Just a little bit.
So we're going to get started with the marshmallow part of the recipe. We're going to take water and add it to a bowl. And then we're just going to bloom some gelatin. So we're going to let that sit. Do I need to mix it?
I don't think you need to mix it. Okay. We'll put that in the mix master, and then we'll go on to I guess it's kind of like a simple syrup part. This recipe comes from Carolyn Ketchum from All Day I Dream About Food, and I'll have her information in the description below. And we're gonna use, and we already greased these. Look at how cute. So
kind of like a mini bunt, but it's exactly the shape of
those pinwheels.
Because we've done them in other molds before, but when I happened to be going through my drawer, I was like, isn't this exactly the shape? So
Or you can use your little, what is it, like a cocoa bomb silicone molds. These work well too.
Now onto our simple syrup. We're going to be adding water to our pan. And then some sugar.
We have powdered monk fruit, and Carolyn likes to use Mocha Sweet. You don't have to, but because her marshmallow recipe is the best, we're going with that for sure. We have some cream of tartar, and then just a pinch of salt. And turn it on like a medium flame. Whisk that all together till all the sugars dissolve. We're just going to use an instant read, and we're going to go for 238 degrees to 240.
Use your whisk there every once in a while just to make sure it doesn't burn.
We're just about there. Ooh, just a little bit more. I mean, I think that's probably good. And we're going to take it over to the Mixmaster and turn your Mixmaster on low. And you're going to slowly pour in, and that's going to melt that coagulated, bloomed gelatin. Keep pouring faster. There you go, because that will melt the gelatin. Add in some vanilla extract. We've got that over here. Pour that in, and then you need to turn the beater up to medium. The marshmallow mixture is going to continue to whip until it's almost white. You don't want it to be completely cool. And then also the mixture is going to look not like stiff peaks, but kind of ribbon-like. That's how Carolyn Ketchum describes it. It's getting whiter and creamier. It's still warm. I think we can go a tiny bit longer. We have another bowl handy with a spout because it's going to help us to pour. This is the gelatin into the molds. This is where you kind of have to work kind of speedy because you don't want the marshmallow to set up too quickly.
It would not be good.
I think we've got it.
Okay. Yep.
Shake that off. So this is this foamy consistency. I'm going to try that one more time.
Foamy consistency?
Yes, is the foamy consistency. We're going to be pouring this into the bowl with the lip, like I suggested.
Is that it?
Yeah, we got to work fast.
Good.
Okay, yep. Trade you, I want this too. And then what we're going to do, I have an extra smaller spatula handy, is we're going to pour this in the molds, and we're going to start out just like halfway because I'm not sure how much marshmallow. I've done it more with the bombs, and I don't know which side should we do, either or, and we're going to press them in. Whoa, I might have a little problem here with our fancy mold. We need to get something quickly. Yeah, this isn't.
You gotta shave a little.
Don't do this. We're gonna have to shave a little off because our mold isn't, the marshmallow isn't as high.
I want it to touch the marshmallow so that it will adhere.
Yeah, and I can't get these to. Well, if worse comes to worse, we will do what we did with the smaller cookies where we ended up attaching the cookies after the marshmallow set. Let's see.
Well, and on when we do it on the round molds, it usually fits exactly perfect. But this one
didn't
has the
have
wavy.
I didn't have the exact cookie cutter, and it also has a little bit of the wave. This was not the perfect.
Well, this one definitely, to make it in the fancier molds, that's a little bit of an issue, but I think it'll
This one
be cute.
Well, they're going to get covered in chocolate, so
Exactly.
nobody's going to know the
They don't have to be
disaster, you know?
Ooh, that marshmallow's starting to set up. It's good.
Yeah, I know. But the whole idea is we wanted to put the cookies onto the marshmallow mixture before it's set up so that we could save a step. When I've made them in the bomb molds before, in the past I've always dipped the cookie in chocolate and then attached it, then dipped it again. And I thought, well, if we could, you know, save a step.
So then we just pop these in the fridge?
Yep. We're going to let them sit for between 4 to 6 hours. And if you could do it overnight before you want to dip them, that works the best.
All right, to the fridge.
Our molds have come out of the refrigerator, and we had some issues with these. And they're so pretty and everything, but we had issues with using a hard mold and not a silicone mold, which I'm not prepared for. We had purchased this silicone mold, but it was so tiny, and we've only tried it in these
Not the same look.
We've tried it in these round molds. And what we were trying to do when we were adding the cookie to the marshmallow was to avoid a step. So when originally I made these, we did the marshmallow, we did the cookie, then we would take some chocolate and attach the cookie. And then we'd have to dip the whole thing. I'm like, well, what if we put the marshmallow or the cookie on the marshmallow before it sets? And it does stick. So that's how we were making them. But then we had the mold and we wanted to look just like the Nabisco cookies. And we have to get a Nabisco silicone mold if there's one out there. Maybe we'll find it one day.
I'm sure there's a silicone one out there. We didn't have time to find one. We thought this one would work. And so, but I know there's one out there. We'll find it. And then I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, let us know. Anyhow, so when we take out the cookies, this is how it will look using the bombs. It's easy, not the second step. But since we still want the Nabisco, we're not giving up. So we melted some milk chocolate chips, some lilies.
So when we pried them out, this is what happened.
They separated.
This didn't want to come out easily, but we did manage to get them out, but they're separated. So now we're going to put the chocolate.
A dab of chocolate, and then we're just going to press the marshmallow on, just a little tiny dab.
Too much?
Yeah, I don't even think you need to do that much because it's going to stick, and we'll just set that on the top, and we're going to, we'll refrigerate these, and then we'll dip them when we dip the rest of them.
I need more than that?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay, just a little glue.
I mean, more chocolate is always better.
Right. All right.
Into the fridge. So while our marshmallows and the chocolate are setting on the cookies in the fridge, we decided we're going to get started on the bombs. So into our bowl we have
half a bag of the Lily's sugar-free chocolate chips that we've melted down. And if you're looking for the right consistency, you may have to add a little coconut oil to thin it out a bit.
All you have to do is stir it up really well, and if you use a really thick bowl, it keeps the heat in. So hopefully we'll get some of these done. I don't know a good way to do this, to coat these. I haven't.
You need a neat way?
Yes.
So it's going to be a little messy.
But it's chocolate, so I don't mind chocolate messy. So I'm thinking that spatula, and we're going to take the cookie and whatever. I think we're just going to dip it into the chocolate and give it a little swirl. And then I'm going to turn it over with the spatula. And I know you can't see this here.
So it's totally, she totally engulfed it in the chocolate.
Oh.
There you go.
And just, you know, it's excess, right? And then just place it on the silicone mat. And we know it will pop off of that. And I guess go on to the next. Unless you have any better ideas.
No, I guess that's the way to do it.
I just don't know. I mean, I think, you know, I was kind of swirling it around. I don't know, a fork or spoon or something. I just felt when I poured it on, it didn't get
the edges.
The
so
edges.
You want to cover the top, the edges, so that
yeah. And I think, believe it or not, using a smaller bowl that's maybe taller, so you're not using so much chocolate chips, and you know, anyway, I mean, it's chocolate. And you just shake off as much excess as you can. If not, if that's the one that has the most chocolate, then that one's mine.
And then we're going to set them in the fridge, these two, to set.
And they'll set, and the other ones will be ready to come out too. Therese found an extra dipping fork in her repertoire.
I thought I had one somewhere.
So let's see if this will work better with these. We're going to swirl these in. And then I'm going to gently
give her a little flip.
Give her a little flip. Oh no, I got chocolate on my thumb. That could be a problem. I don't know. See what happens if you take the little... Yeah. If you just... Okay, I'm going to set it down and we'll go on to another one. Oh, come on. That looks just like Nabisco's.
I think so.
I mean, it can have extra chocolate, but...
The shape is there. A little swirly top, I like.
Okay, I'm not gonna jinx my luck here. Let's put it on. Eventually we'll get it.
Well, we're not a factory. Remember, machines make theirs.
This is true. Okay, I think that one we're calling this one perfect. Perfect enough. I think that will go down. And last but not least, man, if we had that silicone mold, we would be golden right now. With the right size cookie cutter, I'm sure this would be, you know, perfect and so much fun. Let me see if I can get this out. Woo! We're just going to put something hard on a plate underneath, and then we'll stick them in the fridge.
Sounds good. Well, for the little bit of trouble it was, I think they're worth it. They look delicious.
Yes, let's do the little taste test here.
Sounds good.
I think Nabisco needs our recipe. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next one.